Hi. Um, I'd like to talk about for this week the recent talk about Afghanistan and Obama doubling down on the 50,000 additional troops, and he sent about 30,000 additional troops to Afghanistan, and how people are discussing whether that decision was whether that was a double down, was it a mistake or not. And I think people look when he made. Let me be clear. When he made the decision, it was a clear. Everyone, all his advisors, military commanders, and the president took his time and made a very good decision in sending additional troops to Afghanistan to fight the Taliban and to help the Afghanistan government. No one said anything at the time, but now it's almost as if you've heard what you want to hear, and now you started questioning the policy. Make no mistake, this is the right decision. This is the right decision to send additional troops. We need to double down on Afghanistan. It is crucial not only to the United States of America, but to the Western civilization and to all the free countries of the world. We need to rid of Islamic fundamentalists, extremists. This is of uttermost importance and to the safety of our way of life. They will not stop at any cost to stop us, scare us, and cause harm to Americans and Europeans across the world. And these are my words. You can quote me on it. Um, Other than that, Iraq, on the other hand, is a bit of a mess. And I'll also give you reasons for not leaving Afghanistan now, right now. We cannot. Because we don't make decisions based without strategy and other things. Although President Bush was lacking in some of those departments, he did underestimate um, the size of the task at hand. Okay, let me be a little more clear. Afghanistan is different from Iraq. Now, I'm against war in general. However, being the last resort, we did have to send troops to Afghanistan to get rid of Al Qaeda and terrorist groups. And for whatever reason, whether it be false intelligence or whatever the reason, President Bush, at his term of presidency, did send troops to Iraq as well. But we can't talk about the past all the time. We have to look at what situation we are in now. And the situation is very crucial. We have found ourselves in a situation where we're holding up the roof of the Middle East. At one side, you have Iraq, which unfortunately, as a side effect, has been taken over by Shiite Muslim uh, majority, at least in political sense. This is not favorable for Americans or the rest of the world. They are far more extreme than the Sunni Muslims and the Arabs. However, we did not take into account all those things at the time. But as far as Afghanistan goes, Al Qaeda is on the run, but we have influence from Pakistan, which is a nuclear state. As long as Pakistan is a nuclear state and has terrorists that are harbored in the country, we cannot turn a blind eye and not solve the problem. And if we find difficulty in predicting the future, we can always learn from the past. We left Iraq before in the 90s during the Gulf War, and it did not end well. However, this time we plan to do it the right way by setting up an Iraqi government and leaving a small amount of force personnel to secure the Iraqi government that is elected. As far as Afghanistan, you can also look at their past. The last time we left, Al Qaeda rose. We cannot leave without getting the job done and getting the job done right. If we do leave early, there will be other consequences of people recruiting, Al Qaeda being able to recruit personnel by claiming a victory against the United States, and we cannot allow that kind of recruitment propaganda to go through. So I say we stick to our guns, we get Afghanistan right, we try to help Pakistan along the way. At the same time, we slowly withdraw from Iraq the right way, leaving the government in power, the new government in power. And while all that is well, I do think that the Iraqi government does have Iranian influence. And a lot of the members of parliament have been flying to Tehran over after the elections or during the last month. And that does concern me a great deal. I did not want Iran to have influence. So like I said, we are in a very crucial situation and we're holding the roof of the Middle East. And we cannot back down now. We need to finish the job. We need to do it well. And I hope and trust that our great military will do the job as they've always done before. Thank you.